Hi guys, Dr. Rob Barrington here with some more nutrition advice. I'd like to talk today a little bit about the most dangerous food that you can buy and consume. Been thinking about this for a while, trying to put together a list of dangerous foods, and while I was doing this I thought, well, what's the worst food that you could buy if you wanted to cause disease, if you wanted to cause deterioration of the biochemistry in the body as rapidly as possible? What's the worst food that you could buy in order to be able to affect your health? Before I get into that, some other foods that I considered but discarded for various reasons. The first one being fructose. The reason that fructose isn't the most damaging food you can buy is because it does have health benefits. Yes, crystalline refined fructose, when consumed in excess, for example in soft drinks, is damaging to the health. It causes the metabolic syndrome, it causes insulin resistance, it's a cause of obesity and cardiovascular disease. But it does have benefits. After exercise, fructose will help preferentially restore liver glycogen. In low amounts in fruit, fructose is not damaging to the health because it's present with fibre, and therefore fructose is not at normal dietary intakes. Before the advent of soft drinks and foods containing lots of sugar, fructose wasn't really a dangerous food to humans at all because we didn't really consume enough of it. Another food that I considered was alcohol. Now alcohol, like fructose, is only metabolized by the liver, therefore it causes metabolic dysfunction in excess. It overloads the liver with nutrients and causes these fatty acid production, and these fatty acids interfere with metabolic function in the liver. This causes disease in the liver. However, alcohol is beneficial, protects from cardiovascular disease, and in moderation, alcohol is a very healthy food, and therefore it can't be on the list of damaging foods, and it certainly isn't the most dangerous food. So what is the most dangerous food you can buy? Now, a quick caveat to this is I didn't include anything that was obviously poisonous. I wanted to include things that you could go out and buy in the supermarket that many people may consider actually healthy, foods that you could buy that weren't poisonous or known to have poisons in them. For example, I didn't include any raw foods that are known to be poisonous when they're raw, obviously because you shouldn't be eating them raw. I wanted to include the foods that you may well have as part of your diet and just not realise they're actually unhealthy. So what is the most damaging food that you can buy and consume? The most damaging food that you can buy and consume is polyunsaturated oils in the form of plant oils such as corn oils, such as safflower oils, such as sunflower oils when they are reheated. These oils are very damaging to the health in their natural form if they're in their refined state. So if you go into a supermarket and you look at the sunflower oils, the safflower oils, you look at the rapeseed oils, the corn oils, they're all refined, they're very clear, they're odorless, they're deodorized, they have been processed, and what you are consuming is not really a representation of what was in the original seed. What was in the original seed was the oil, and it was contained, encapsulated in the seed. It was protected from light, it was protected from oxygen, there was plenty of antioxidants in that seed, and those antioxidants and that protective seed coat kept the oil in its natural state, and that oil would have been a very healthy oil in its natural state. However, when you refine the oil, you expose the oil, the fatty acids, to oxygen, expose them to light, you remove the antioxidants and you put them in a bottle, they start to degrade chemically. These fatty acids are really, they don't resemble the original fatty acids that were present in the seed because they've been oxidized, and therefore there are many toxic products in these oils. When we consume these oils, we consume those toxic products including oxidized fats, and that causes oxidation in our tissues, and it can lead to systemic inflammation and disease. So even these oils, when you buy them from the supermarket, are damaging. The worst thing you can do is reheat them. When we cook in these oils, we're adding further heat to the heat that's already been applied when the oils have been created, and we're also allowing further toxic products to build up. If we repeat that process over and over and over again, the toxic products become more and more common within the oil. The original fatty acids become less common, and we are in fact producing a substance that resembles really in no way the original oil in the seed. And this is highly toxic. Studies have looked at people who consume reheated oils, supermarket oils. They use them for cooking. When they're cold, they put them in a bottle, then they reheat them, then they follow that process again and again. They keep reusing the oil. The studies that have looked at these people find they have a greatly increased risk of developing cancer, and this is because the products that are produced from heating these oils, because they're very unstable, polyunsaturated fats are very unstable oils. If you expose them to heat, they will degrade, they will oxidize, and when we consume those oxidized products, they cause oxidation of our tissues. That leads to disease. Now, because reheating oils is very dangerous, one food that obviously springs to mind that is cooked in reheated oils is fish and chips. If you go into a fish and chip shop in the United Kingdom, you will see a big vat of cooking oil, and that oil is reheated. It's used to cook fish one day, it's cooled down, and then they turn the heaters on again, and that oil is then reused. So if you eat fish and chips, you're eating the product of this reheating process, and therefore fish and chips, the batter on fish and chips, is particularly damaging to the health. I would suggest that if you do currently use supermarket oils, you do use refined oils, that if you're worried about you're interested in health, that you stop that process because they are damaging to the health. If you use these oils for cooking, that is even worse, and if you reheat these oils again and again, that, in my opinion, is possibly the most toxic food that you can consume.